Let's take a look at how you can add a north point to a title block. If we switch to a layer that has a title block on it, you'll see that there's a button set that says Set North Point. If you click that button, turning on the north point is simply a matter of clicking here, choosing the one that you want, setting its north angle if it's not up the page, adding a scale factor and clicking OK. The north point will then appear in the default location, which is defined in the symbol, and we'll look at that in the movie that talks about how to create your own symbol. Regardless of its default location, you can move it to wherever you want to put it, and it's going to stay there until you change it. You can jump very quickly to the north point dialog by double clicking right in the middle of the north point, and that will open the north point settings dialog. Now these are all just symbols and they live in a specific location. Let's now take a look at where they live and how you can edit them. If we go to the Finder on the Macintosh, you'll see that here we're listing the Vectorworks 2008 folder, and in Libraries, Defaults, VAA Title Blocks, there's a folder called VAA North Points, and this is the file that has the symbols in it. If you put other files in here with north point symbols in them, then they will also appear in the title block north point dialog. If you do edit the symbols in here, then I recommend that you move this file from its default location in the Vectorworks folder to your user folder, and you'll see that there's an equivalent folder over here in the user folder. So you would take this whole folder called VAA North Points and move it over there into the title blocks folder. We don't actually want to do that, so we'll just leave it where it is. Let's take a look at how the file is set up. We'll open it up, and you'll see here we've got a sample of each of the symbols. If you want to edit any of these, you just double click it and you'll go into edit symbol mode, and here you can do whatever it is that you want with the symbol. The geometry is fairly simple, just polylines and text, so you might want to give that a fill color for some reason. If you exit the symbol, then you've done editing. Obviously we've just made this one the same as that one, but if you want to edit one, you can. Now the important thing about this file is that the layer scale is at 1:1, and when you set up the symbol, you should make it the size that you want it to appear unscaled. So if we look at this and I select that circle, you'll see that it has a diameter of 20 millimeters. So when you place this in a drawing and you're not scaling the north point, then it will be 20 millimeters across. So you create this in the real size that you want it to print. And that's really all there is. If you add any classes or any other thing, any object opacity, whatever you add in here is just going to automatically appear in Vectorworks. Just one little thing, these ones here are actually just lines that have been given a thickness. You'll see that this here is actually either a line or a polygon that has a 1.8 millimeter thickness, and even though in the north point dialog it might look a little jagged, it will actually print at the print size with an appropriately sized line, which you can see there as we zoom out. So that's how the north points work.